Have you ever wondered why some people remain calm in the face of adversity while others crumble? The answer might lie in the ancient philosophy of Stoicism. Stoicism, a philosophy that has its roots deeply embedded in the fertile soils of ancient Greece, is a guide to living a good life. It's a philosophy of personal ethics that's as relevant today as it was when it was first conceived. You see, Stoicism is not just a set of beliefs or ethical claims, but rather a way of life involving constant practice and training. This intriguing philosophy was developed by a diverse group of thinkers, including a slave, a high-ranking advisor to an emperor, and a wealthy merchant, yet the philosophy they espoused didn't discriminate between social statuses. It was, and remains, a philosophy for all. Many of the world's great thinkers and leaders have been influenced by Stoicism. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, known for his wisdom and fairness, was a devout Stoic. His personal writings, now known as meditations, are a significant source of our understanding of ancient Stoic philosophy. Then there's Epictetus, a former slave who became one of the most influential Stoic philosophers. His teachings, recorded by his student Arrian, are still widely read and respected. In today's fast-paced world, where stress and anxiety are often the order of the day, Stoicism offers a refuge. It teaches us to differentiate between what we can control and what we can't, allowing us to focus our energy on the former and accept the latter with grace. Stoicism encourages us to face life's challenges with equanimity, to seek wisdom, and to lead a life of virtue. But Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions. It's about understanding them, managing them, and ultimately not being controlled by them. It's about realizing that while we can't control external events, we can certainly control how we respond to them. Stoicism, in essence, teaches us to be masters of our emotions, to understand that the power to live a fulfilling life lies within us and not in external circumstances. At the heart of Stoicism lie four cardinal virtues that guide the Stoic way of life. These virtues are not only the cornerstone of Stoicism, but are also universal principles that can be adopted by anyone, regardless of their philosophical beliefs. The first of these virtues is wisdom. Wisdom in the Stoic context is not merely an accumulation of knowledge, but the ability to discern what is within our control and what is not. This understanding allows us to focus our energies on areas of our lives where we can make a difference, rather than wasting time and emotional energy on things we cannot change. Next, we have courage. Courage is not just about physical bravery. It is also about facing our fears, embracing uncertainty, and having the moral fortitude to stand up for what is right. It's about having the resilience to weather the storms of life and the audacity to challenge the status quo when it contradicts our values. The third virtue is justice. Justice, for the Stoics, is about treating all individuals with fairness and kindness, recognizing the inherent dignity and worth of every human being. It's about contributing to the common good and standing up against injustice, even when it's inconvenient or uncomfortable. Lastly, we have temperance, which is the practice of self-restraint and moderation. It's about finding the golden mean, the balance between excess and deficiency. It's the understanding that too much of a good thing can be harmful, and that a life of moderation leads to peace and contentment. These virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, shape a Stoic's response to life's ups and downs. They provide a framework for dealing with the trials and tribulations of life, allowing us to react with grace, composure, and resilience. Now, if you're finding value in this discussion, we'd love for you to engage with us. Hit that subscribe button to stay updated on our content. Give us a thumbs up if you like what you're hearing, and don't hesitate to drop a comment. We always appreciate hearing your thoughts and insights. But let's return to our virtues. They are not standalone principles, but are interconnected and reinforce each other. Wisdom guides us in the right direction. Courage gives us the strength to follow that path. Justice ensures our actions benefit others as well as ourselves, and temperance keeps us balanced along the way. These virtues are not just philosophical concepts to be pondered upon, but practical tools to be incorporated into our daily lives. They provide us with a roadmap to navigate the complexities of life, helping us to maintain composure in the face of adversity, to act with integrity, and to live a life of purpose and meaning. Incorporating these virtues into our daily lives can help us navigate life's storms with equanimity and grace. So let's take a moment to reflect on these virtues and consider how we can integrate them into our own lives. Beyond the cardinal virtues, Stoicism also proposes 3 disciplines for a balanced life. These disciplines are not just theoretical constructs, but practical tools designed to guide us through life's ups and downs. They are the discipline of desire, the discipline of action, and the discipline of assent. Let's delve into each of them, shall we? First, we have the discipline of desire, also known as the discipline of will. This isn't about suppressing our desires, but rather about aligning them with nature and reality. Stoicism teaches us to distinguish between what is within our control, our thoughts, beliefs, and actions, and what is not, the actions of others, the weather, the passage of time. By focusing our desires on what we can control, we reduce our suffering, increase our peace of mind, and ultimately lead a more fulfilling life. Next up is the discipline of action, the discipline of duty. This discipline concerns how we interact with the world around us. Stoicism encourages us to act in accordance with virtue, with kindness, justice, and wisdom. It's about doing the right thing, even when it's not the easy thing. It's about contributing to society and treating others with respect. And it's about accepting that while we can't control the outcomes of our actions, we can control the actions themselves. And that's what truly matters. Our final discipline is the discipline of assent, the discipline of mind. This discipline pertains to how we respond to our perceptions and impressions. Stoicism teaches us to not rashly accept our initial impressions of events, but to question them, to examine them. Is this event truly bad, or is it merely our judgment that labels it so? By practicing this discipline, we learn to withhold our assent until we've thoroughly examined our impressions, allowing us to respond to life's events, not with rash emotion, but with calm rationality. Now, you might be wondering, why these disciplines? How do they help us? Well, they're all about managing our emotions, our actions, and our responses to external events. They teach us to desire wisely, to act virtuously, and to assent judiciously. They help us to remain tranquil in the face of adversity, to maintain our composure when others lose theirs, and to lead a life of dignity and integrity. But more than that, these disciplines remind us of a fundamental Stoic truth, that while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we can control how we respond to them. And in that we find our freedom, our peace of mind, and our true power. These disciplines teach us that while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we can control how we respond to them. So give them a try. Embrace the Stoic disciplines and see how they can transform your life. You might just be surprised at the power they hold. So, how can we apply the principles of Stoicism in our everyday life? Incorporating Stoicism into our everyday routine starts with understanding that we can't control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we respond to it. This understanding is the first step towards embracing Stoicism. The practice of the 4 cardinal virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, in everyday life is a key element of Stoicism. For instance, when faced with a difficult decision, we can apply wisdom by taking time to think it through logically, rather than making impulsive decisions. Courage can be practiced by stepping out of our comfort zones, taking on new challenges, and facing our fears head-on. Justice involves treating everyone we interact with fairly and with respect, regardless of their status or background. Temperance, the practice of self-restraint, is about finding the right balance in all aspects of life, whether it's food, work, or leisure. The 3 disciplines, perception, action, and will, are also central to practicing Stoicism. Perception is about seeing things as they truly are, rather than how we wish them to be. Action involves doing what is right, even when it's difficult, and will is about accepting what we cannot change and finding peace within that acceptance. Living a Stoic life has numerous benefits. It can help us become more resilient, less reactive, and more focused, leading to a more peaceful and fulfilling life. It teaches us to value what we have, rather than constantly striving for more, and to appreciate the simple things in life. But remember, embracing Stoicism isn't about becoming emotionless or indifferent. It's about understanding our emotions, accepting them, and not letting them control us. It's about finding inner peace regardless of external circumstances. So start today, start small. Apply the principles of Stoicism in your daily life, one step at a time, and remember, it's a journey, not a destination. Closing. With Stoicism, we can find peace amidst chaos, strength amidst adversity, and happiness amidst sorrow. To sum up, Stoicism is not just a philosophy, it's a way of life. We've traversed through its fascinating world, explored the 4 cardinal virtues and the 3 disciplines, and seen how to embrace it daily. Do share this video with those who might find it beneficial. We're grateful for the time you've spent with us today. Remember, the secret to a happy life lies not in what happens to us, but in how we respond to it. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, stay strong and stay stoic.